Good morning, Mr. Zarcarien Barnes. We're here today to talk about a man that's pretty much familiar to the world. I'd like for you to tell me who this person is, what he do, and give a little bit of presentation on this person.
Okay.
First of all, who is this person that you're talking about?
Walter Dean Myers.
Fairly early. I get between 4:30 and 5, and I'll have.
Okay, who is Walter Dean Myers?
A writer.
He's a writer.
Yeah, he write books.
I write 6 pages a day. I used to write 10. Now I've cut back.
What book are you here to talk about today?
Bad Boy.
So you're actually here to talk about Bad Boy. Okay, and that book was written by?
Walter Dean Myers.
Okay, so he would be considered the what of the book?
Author.
Okay, let me ask you this. You've read that book through, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to ask you this here, Mr. Barnes. Who's the main characters of this book, Bad Boy?
Walter Dean and his teachers.
Walter Dean and his teachers. All right, what was the setting and the primary and the main of this story?
The setting, like the main setting, was at Harlem. That's where we lived, the city he was talking about. And the primary, it's like some at his school. Like it was like half at his school, but mostly about where he lived.
And the main was?
The main was Harlem. That's the main out of everything in Harlem.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this here. Can you like give me 2 themes you discovered as you was reading this book?
I had friendship and you should always look ahead and follow your dreams. I want to show y'all a quick clip about him and tell y'all about his life and what he did.
Okay. Well, let's get into that, Mr. Barnes.
Bad Boy, a memoir, by Walter Dean Myers. Chapter 1, Roots. Each of us is born with a history already in place. There are physical aspects that make us brown-eyed or blue-eyed, that make us tall or not so tall, or give us curly or straight hair. Our parents might be rich or poor. We could be born in a crowded, bustling city or in a rural area. While we live our own individual lives, what has gone before us, our history, always has some effect on us. In thinking about what influenced my own life, I began by considering the events and people who came before me. I learned about most of the people who had some effect on my life through family stories, census records, old photographs, and in the case of Lucas D. Dennis, the records of the Works Progress Administration at the University of West Virginia. The Works Progress Administration was a government program formed to create jobs during the Depression years. It did this by starting a number of projects, including state histories. Among the notes of the interviewers putting together a history of West Virginia, I came across this entry. Life of a slave. Lucas D. Dennis was one of the 150 slaves that Steve Dandridge owned before the Civil War. This slave is 94 years old. He was born in Jefferson County. His mind is very bright. He still has 2 of his own teeth, his hair is gray, and he wears a heavy beard, which is also gray. After the Civil War, he came to Harper's Ferry and built himself a house, which is one of the camping grounds used during the Civil War. This house is on Fillmore Avenue, and the corner of a lane leading to where many soldiers were buried and later taken up and carried to their burial ground in Winchester.
How does this information help you better understand your topic in this book, or the book in general? You could contrast what you knew when you read it to what you know now that you read these articles.
Well, like like what I was talking about, tools, like writing tools, about Jeff Burt. Like he helped me, like, because in the book it said how Walter Dean, he he studied about writers, but it didn't really tell me like what he learned when he studied about the writers. So from Tools of Writing, they told me how they like about writers and how they study writers, but they told me about how to write and all that stuff about writers and stuff. So it helped me understand what Walter Dean was studying.
My writing into three very distinct operations. The pre-writing, which is research and getting ready to write and